रास्ता तेरा महका ओ मेरे कारवां तेरा तेरा लागे न दिल अब लागे नहीं लागे नहीं मेरे पैरों तले निकली जो जमीन इस बस्ती में था मेरा घर से किसकी लगी. Very good morning to all of you. Hello to all of you who are watching recording at the other time. Good morning. Welcome to day 4 of our DT Sarathi live batch. This is a fast track practice batch and chapters might go on for a little longer time. 1 second, dear students. It's not, if you want to revise the concept, you can see there is another playlist also. where all the revision videos are uploaded for repeated watching the concept. Dear students, please wait. Okay, so we are doing house property part 2 today, but as we say, it is March month. So last month we have focused on smile a lot and do lot of movement. This is all required for your overall mindset for the exam. Really, it is very essential. And now we are working this month. Let us march for striving, getting more confidence, courage, consistency. Consistency is say what you mean what you say. Once you decide to attend the class, then sure you're going to be here, right? 11 to 1:30 together. So that C for consistency, C for courage, C for confidence. This is going to be built up by genuinely being very committed to attending the classes live. Whatever I'm making you write, do the homeworks, and do comment below how many of you are joining in the chapter wise exam. The first exam is on this Sunday. Question paper will be sent Sunday morning in the Telegram group. And you have to be utmost honest with yourself because it's your exam, your result, your career, your future, right? Always there to support you. Any doubt you have asked, exam is going to be from the basics and from the residential status. Every exam will be 45 minutes or 1 hour covering up the MCQs, the practical question answers, the theory, right? Next Sunday, you'll be writing on two heads, that is house property and business head. House property, as we are completing today, you need time. I've taken the important problems from CMA, CA, all the study material, similar kind of the problem. And I've also taken care. Today, we are going to solve past exam papers also for house property. Still, along with this, if you need, brush up all your material concepts. Wherever you have doubt, just click the picture and send me. And have you all taken the printout of DT compiler, which is freely available in the concept classes Telegram channel? So you can take a printout of this book. And now let us start with house property. Yesterday we have built up the base for house property. What is the chargeability section, and what are the three types of house property? Self-occupied property, or which is unoccupied. Two properties are allowed to be treated as self-occupied. I'm doing revision. If you have any doubt, pause and ask me now itself. Second is let out property, which is given on rent, and the deemed let out property. What is deemed let out property? Deemed let out property is more than two properties when you have self-occupied. It is assumed that you're getting notional income, and as deemed let out property, it is taxable. Okay, right. Some of the students are, ma'am, do we need so much to study for house property? मतलब सबको ऐसे जल्दी 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 करना है, फिर मार्क्स नहीं मिलते हैं ना. When the result comes, if you know the concept and if you're good at, then why the result is not positive? Because there is some way of learning, things should get synced. How do you listen to music and you really like it for 2 3 times, but you need to listen it for 100 times to get into the lyrics, the pause, the high low tone? That's the same with studies, dear students. Okay, now format. If this is an offline class, I would ask any students to get up and say the format of your house property. Whenever in exam they ask you solve the problems of house property, what is the format you are going to follow? First will be GAV, less municipal taxes allowed on actual payment basis. NAV, net annual value. Less 30% standard deduction of NAV is allowed.
irrespective of your actual expenses are more or less. And then you have the interest on loan. Okay, municipal taxes are allowed on payment basis. Interest on loan is allowed on due basis, right? And interest on loan in case of self-occupied property is restricted to 2 lakhs. In case of let out and deemed let out, whatever is actual interest is allowed. But in self-occupied property, if you're filing your return in default tax regime, then no interest on loan is allowed. Normal tax regime, yes, interest on loan is allowed, but it is allowed up to 30,000 if you have taken the loan for repairs, renovation. And if it is allowed 2 lakh if you have taken the loan for purchase or construction of house, construction is over in 5 years and you have taken the loan after 1st April 1999. Clear? So these are all the formatting and conditions. We have seen more income if it is a vacant plot, if it is subletting, if it is other amenities, they're all taxable in income from other sources. Unrealized rent is rent which is due but not received. If this year the rent is unrealized, deducted from GAV. After 3 years, if you recover back unrealized rent, arrears of rent, tax it in house property, and only 30% standard deduction is allowed, irrespective of when you realize the unrealized rent or arrears of rent, you are the holder of the property or not. Clear to all of you? Yes. Anyone is having any doubt in the homeworks which I gave yesterday? Sure, you all are doing that. पूछो कोई doubt है तो. Yes, we have also done the problems of partition. If a single property is partition, 50% is let out, 25 self-occupied, 25 is used for business. One which is used for business related to that actual expenses, 25% are allowed in business head. And one which is self-occupied and let out, you have to make unit 1, unit 2. When they give the fair rent and municipal value of the whole property, you have to divide 50% and take for the let out part. Now, how to derive GAVs? High, low, high, tight. Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. That or standard rent, whichever is lower. That or actual rent, whichever is higher. So like this, steps are there. I've made you write step. Exception to rule is if actual rent is low in the third step, then step 2 or actual rent, whichever is higher. But even though actual rent is low, so many times we are taking actual rent as GAV. If actual rent is low only due to vacancy. Clear to all of you, right? So this is all about 10 minutes revision of yesterday's class. Any doubts you have, asked. And now let us first start today's class with pre-construction concept. Today we are going to work out two kind of the problems. One is pre-construction interest and another one, what did I say? Yeah, if you receive the rental income in dollars from foreign currency, then you have to take that also. Okay, right. Please make a difference. Why you all are confused, ma'am? Is it same? Revision videos playlist is different. Sarathi revision videos. Income tax is however well you understand or income tax हो गया अब मैं costing और accounts कर रही हूँ. Still I need to brush up. So for repeated revision videos are given. I think none of the videos are exceeding more than 1.5 hours. These are practice batch. 5, 6 hours we are practicing in writing. Now, if you want to know which material I am practicing, then it is this DT compiler. If you want the hard copy, you can order in the app. If you don't want, then PDF is already given in the Telegram. You yourself can take a print and solve with me. Chalo. Open your notebook and let us start with the concept of pre-construction interest with an example. And then we will apply and solve the problem. Done. See, this is yesterday's class. Format, problems, combination problems, all we have done here. So many of you are watching recording because either you're working or you are attending some other classes in the same time. I don't know. That's what the reason. Then any doubt you have, you can post me in the Telegram. Chalo. Let us write down the concept of pre-construction interest. Concept of pre-construction. Now we all know current year's interest is deductible from NAV, 30% standard deduction, and then current year's interest is deductible, right? Okay, current year's interest is deductible if you have not repaid the loan. Now, what is this concept of pre-construction interest? It's very simple. Suppose you have taken a loan. Let us take an example. You have taken the loan of rupees 1 lakh at the rate of 10% housing loan on 1st April 2019. Are you all with me? Forget थोड़ी देर के लिए compiler, just concentrate here. Loan of 1 lakh you have taken on 1st April 2019. Construction started also on 1st April 2019 and construction completed on 31st July 2020. Okay, and till 31st of March 2024 loan is not repaid. This is a beautiful example and it will surely clear your concept of pre-construction. Then 5-6 problems if you practice for pre-construction, it will be clear. Just look at the question. This is all about the question. How much loan you have taken? Arey 1 lakh mein koi ghar nahi milta. This is just to understand the concept. Whenever I teach concepts, I take figure 10 rupees, 2 rupees. Calculator is there to calculate, so don't worry about the figures. है ना? 1 lakh at the rate of 10%. 1st April you have taken the loan. Same day construction started. Construction completed in July 2020. Till March 2024, loan is not repaid. So this is the data. Now what is our financial year 23-24? Is the loan repaid? No. So will the current year's interest come? Yes. On 1 lakh at the rate of 10%, थोड़ा इधर लिखेंगे, 10,000 is the current year's interest. When did the construction complete, dear students? July 2020. Once the construction is completed in July 2020, then we start getting the rental income in 2021. But what about 19 and 20? The day I take the loan, my interest meter is going on. But till the construction is not over, I am not getting any rental income. I am not able to deduct the interest paid. So this earlier period's interest is called as pre-construction interest. In a layman's term, we can call it as preliminary expense. Preliminary expense होते हैं ना? Before formation of the expenses, you take SIN number, DIN number, prospectus, memorandum, articles, association, वो सब बनाते हैं ना? So like this, once the construction is over, current year's interest 2021, 21, 22, every year I can deduct whatever rental income I'm getting, GAV, then NAV, and then interest on loan. ये तो हमेशा ही deduct होता है. Problem is about the pre-construction interest. Yes. So what about the pre-construction interest? So pre-construction interest is allowed. How it is allowed? Let us calculate now. Pre-construction interest is allowed. How is it allowed? Let us start calculation. First step. I am giving you some steps, dear students. You need not learn it. Write it with me for once and your mind will frame it very fast in the exam. एक बार जब वो steps fit हो जाएंगे ना दिमाग में, you'll do it fast. Pre-construction period, PCP, starts from the date of loan or date of construction, whichever is later. Whichever is later. Some teachers just teach it like, I'm not here to criticize anyone, but I've seen just ऐसे book में देख के और एक problem में कर लिया. But pre-construction interest is the only technical part in the house property. Otherwise, the chapter is very easy. So it starts from the day you take the loan. When did you take loan? 1/4/2019. Or when did the construction starts? 2019. Whichever is later. Now, pre-construction period ends on 31st March prior to completion of construction. 31st March prior to completion of construction. When the construction is over, 31st July 2020. So before that, it's 31st March 2020. Pre-construction period ends on 31st March prior to the completion of the construction, or repayment of loan, whichever is earlier. So in this case, there is no repayment. Sometimes what happens, we are in the pre-construction interest and now I have got a gift from my Dadaji. I have enough money. I have repaid the loan. Construction is not over, but I have repaid the loan. So pre-construction period ends not on 31st July 2020, but it ends on 31st March prior to the date of completion of the construction, that is July 20, or repayment of loan, whichever is earlier. So yehi earlier hai. Now, what is third step? What is pre-construction period? See, this time it's coming 12 months. It can be 13 months. It can be 18 months and so on. Pre-construction period starts from the date of the loan to the date of the completion, that is 12 months. Fourth, pre-construction period interest. 1 lakh into 10% for 12 months. So I'm just giving you into 12 divided by 12. If it is 6 months, you will do into 6 divided by 12, like that. So the interest is coming to how much? 10,000. Now, what is annual pre-construction interest? Last step. Pre-construction interest is allowed 1/5 every year in 5 installments from the year when construction is over. So 2020, the construction is over. So 2020, 21, 21, 22, like this 5 years it will be allowed. 1/5 every year. We are in which year now? We are in which year? What is our previous year? 23, 24. What is current year's interest? We have calculated up 10,000. What is pre-construction interest? 2,000. What is total interest? You will deduct from the NAV 12,000. I will repeat it 2-3 times. I will apply this and solve the problem. आप देखो कहाँ doubt है? Ask. But you have to write this whole example. पूरा लिखना है आपको. Loan amount and all I have taken very simple because it's okay, not required. चलिए साथ में. Once again, shall I repeat the concept? What is the first step? Pre-construction interest starts from the date you have taken the loan, because from that day your meter starts, or the date of construction, whichever is later. Pre-construction period ends 31st March prior to completion of the construction, or repayment of loan, whichever is earlier. So this pre-construction interest is for 12 months, and this interest is 10,000, and annual interest is divided by 5, 2,000. So current year's interest. Ma'am, why you are taking current year's? Because the loan is not repaid. In this same problem, option 2, if I take, if the loan is repaid on 31st March 23, loan repay कर दिया पूरा, तो current year's interest कितना आएगा? 23, 24. That's what our financial year is, nil. And pre-construction interest कितना आएगा? 2,000. So total pre-construction interest will be allowed for 5 years, and current year's interest if the loan is repaid in December 23. Take it from April to December and so on. Shall I wait? Please comment in the live chat. Thank you so much. It's motivating for me, and I hope you all are developing that habit of commitment and consistency, courage, confidence. That's what we are working on by attending the classes live. And if you feel 2 days the concept is clear, do share it with your friends. Finished writing? Ma'am, will they ask like this? Might be in MCQ. Otherwise, in the whole problem, you have to apply this and solve the pre-construction interest concept. Chalo. Let us take up one problem. Second, dear students. Okay, here we go. This is all what we have done yesterday, partition problems and all. Yeah, this is how you have to take. I am on page number 106. Reconstruction interest starts from the date of the loan or date the construction is over. It ends on the date of repayment of loan on 31st March, whichever is earlier. Compute the pre-construction interest. Compute the period and then the interest. That's fine. And the fifth step is divide it. Divide the pre-construction interest by 1/5. Yes, right? Now, same example I've made you. What is the first step? Pre-construction period starts. What is the second step? Pre-construction ends. If you are running short in exam, you can directly start with pre-construction period. It starts from 1, it ends on 2, and then calculate interest for the same and divide it 1/5. That is pre-construction interest. And current year's interest is allowed in routine. So with this, 17th problem is homework. Just calculate pre-construction interest for MCQ. 18th, I want to do it in writing now. Read the problem, hoping you all have taken the printout from the telegram. Shankar, is it so? Please comment and tell me that telegram, when you're joining, you're not able to scroll back and see the earlier messages, or you are able to do it. लिख के भेजो मुझे. Some students said we are not finding. How we are not finding? When you join the chat, telegram, you are able to go up or not? Sure. Yeah. Great. Shankar constructed a house for which he borrowed a loan of 2 lakhs at the rate of 12% on 1st October 2020. Construction was completed in January 23. So whenever the construction is completed, 31st March prior to that, the construction period will end. The house is let out फिर 23-24 में 6,000 per month till from September. ठीक है, they have let out from September. Okay. Municipal taxes paid during the previous year are given. Repairs, insurance, collection charges, these are given to confuse you. Against all this, 30% standard deduction is allowed. Current year's interest on loan is also outstanding. Okay, I know the answer is there in the compiler, but let us do it in writing for practice. And more, 1 or 2 more good problems also we will do. 18th problem now in your notebook. 5 minutes you will be able to do it. Computation of income of Mr. Shankar. And there's single property, otherwise we'll make 2-3 columns. Particulars and amount. And this time for GAV, they have not given the fair rent and municipal value. Whichever is higher, that or standard rent. So directly we will take GAV as actual rent. And they have given it out for 6,000 from September. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 42,000. Less municipal taxes. You can never say, okay, ma'am, 7 months the property is given on rent. Can we take the municipal taxes also for 7 months? Right? So what is the municipal taxes they have given in the problem? 7,500. Nothing given, we are assuming they are paid by owner. Net annual value 42,000 minus 7,500, and that is 34,500. 30% standard deduction. Then interest on loan, which we will work out in working note 1. You will get income from house property. Done? In working note 1, let us work out pre-construction interest. Just now I gave you step 1. What is step 1? Pre-construction period starts. I am doing little in detail. Ma'am, itna time kahan hai 3 ghante mein? You write it, you write these steps in the practice problem from compiler, and if you're confident, you can do very easy working directly the interest and divide by 5 in one line. Likhna to padega exam. Pre-construction period starts for construction on 1st October 2020. Step 2. Oh, why I'm writing 2 times? Step 2. Pre-construction period ends. Construction is completed on January 23, so March 22. Whenever construction is completed, 31st March prior to that. Step 3. What is the pre-construction period? October 22, October 21, 12 months. And October 21 to March, so 6 months. So total 18 months. Are you all with me? 18 months interest is the pre-construction interest. What is first step? Pre-construction period starts. What is second step? Pre-construction period ends. See, it's always, my way of teaching is like this from now till the salary chapter till the end. Once I teach the concept, immediately apply it and solve the problem. It will be clear to all of you. Pre-construction period starts. Pre-construction period ends. Pre-construction period. Now pre-construction period interest. How much loan you have taken? 2 lakh. At what rate? 12%. For how many months? 18 months. Divide by 12 will give you 1 month's interest multiplied by 18. So 2 lakh into 12% into 18 divided by 12. 36,000. See, these are live classes. I can record it and then upload it, but that will not help you. You all are connected in the Zoom. Some of you are connected in the live chat in YouTube. You can ask your doubts. Otherwise, it's very easy. At a stretch, 2-3 video record कर लो, upload कर लो, पर upload करने के बाद those small doubts will still remain. What is step 5? Annual pre-construction interest is interest divided by 5. 36,000 divided by 5, and that is 7,200. Now, working note 2. What is current year's interest? Abhi tak loan is not repaid. It's outstanding. So 2 lakh into 12%, 24,000. What is annual pre-construction interest? 7,200. So 31,200 is the total interest. 31,200. So 34,500. You can do total faster than me if to write exam. There's a loss 7050. In any other house property, if there is income, you can set off. Is this clear to all of you? Pre-construction interest. Easy? AC, all clear, crystal clear. Just we have applied the concept. Pre-construction period starts from the day you have taken the loan or construction, whichever is later. Pre-construction period ends on 31st March. Right? It doesn't end on the date of completion of construction. 31st March prior to completion of construction. And for this period, calculate the interest. That's total pre-construction interest. Divide by 5, 1/5 you have to do. Right? So you do 1/5, divide by 5, 1/5. You get the current year's interest and you get the pre-construction interest, and total interest is deductible from the NE. That's all for the concept of pre-construction interest, but that's not over. We are doing more problems to apply this. Okay, right. Any doubt you have, you can ask me. Yes. 19th problem is homework. That is also pre-construction period. Just only pre-construction. Less तो problem simple है, पर pre-construction अब हम भी देख सकते हैं. Okay, one loan you have taken, then another loan you have taken. Let us see. It's a nice question. On 1st April 2019, he borrowed 3 lakh for the purpose of construction at the rate of 18%. And on 30/11/2020, we borrowed 2 lakhs at 15% and 1 lakh advance, और ये 3 lakh वापस दे दी. Okay. So 3 lakh का interest first we will take from 1st April to 30th of November. 3 lakh interest from 1st April to 30th of November, right? So 3 lakh interest from 1st April 19 to 1st April 20, then April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 months interest on 3 lakh. Are you all with me? 3 lakh ka 18% interest, 20 by 12. Okay, chalo. Now what did you do? 3 lakh loan you have repaid. On 30th November, she borrowed a loan of 2 lakhs and utilized the amount along with one interest-free 1 lakh advance and repaid the original loan. So 2 lakh from where you have taken? 2 lakh is also pre-construction, but kahan se aayega? 30th November 2020. And then when the construction is completed, November 21. So March 21. 30th October 2020 to March. November 21, if the construction is over, then pre-construction period ends on 31st March prior to this. So that is 4. So 1 lakh is total pre-construction interest, divided by 5, 1/5 is allowed. And current year may 1 lakh rupees interest free advance I have taken. But 2 lakh rupees pe to 15% loan is there, right? Divide by 12 or in by 12 is just to make you understand 12 months. If not, you can directly calculate 2 lakh into 15%. That's 30,000 and 50,000 all allowed. Okay? Clear pre-construction, rest the problem is simple. 28th problem is already asked in exam. And now 20th problem is already asked in exam. It is covering up all the practice of GAV also, of the partition problem. Part is self-occupied, part is let out, that also, right? And the concept of pre-construction interest. So let us do it very thoroughly and mark it very, very important. 20th problem now we are doing. Okay, right. 20th problem. A and B constructed. After this, we'll be doing the past exam questions of house property also. And we have missed out doing that in residential status. So that also we will cover up. Okay, right. A and B constructed their houses on a piece of land purchased by them at New Delhi. The built up area was 1,000 ground floor and equal first floor. A started. So this is also a problem of co-ownership. Two people are constructing the house together. A started the construction on 1st April 2022 and completed on 1st April 2023. B started on some other date. First, we will compute the income for A. A occupied the entire house from April 23. So A is having only one column income, and that income is self-occupied property. Are you getting? A just occupied the house from 1st April 2023. But whether it is self-occupied or let out, pre-construction interest and current year's interest both are deductible. If it is self-occupied, how much is deductible maximum? 2 lakh. Because you have taken it for construction. Okay, for B ka story, I will read it later. This time, they have said fair rent and municipal value of each floor. They didn't give. If they give for the whole house, then you have to multiply by 50%. Yesterday, we have done one problem, Mr. X. In this problem, they have given for one floor only. Okay. So for A, shall we take a deduction of municipal tax? No. Repairs? No. Directly, A has availed 20 lakhs loan at the rate of 12% on 1st April 22, the day he started the construction, and no repayment of loan. As soon as you read in exam or in MCQ, no repayment of loan, right? Then अगर कोई repayment नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे फिर? Yeah, if there is no repayment of the loan, then what you have to do? Current year's interest also you have to take. So let us first calculate pre-construction interest for A. I'm not doing it in writing. It's very simple. Let us do it together. A has taken housing loan on 1st April 2022. So pre-construction period starts from 1st April 2022. Pre-construction ends on 1st April 23. A का construction खत्म हो गया. So 31st March 2023. Right? 2 months. Yes, 2 months. April 22 to March 23. Now, pre-construction period interest. 20 lakhs into 12% is 2,40,000 divided by 5, 48,000. Now, pre-construction interest is 1/5 every year for 5 years, 48,000. What is current year's interest? 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs into 12%, 240. इस साल का इंटरेस्ट ऑन 20 lakhs 12% is 2,40,000. Pre-construction interest is 48,000. So total it is 2,88,000. But how much is allowed? Current year's interest and pre-construction interest put together. How much is allowed? Yeah, up to 2 lakh. So now let us compute the income of A. What is GAV nil? Because he is self-occupying. Municipal tax nil, NAV nil, and interest is allowed 2 lakh, 2 lakh. Khatam. Bolo. Easy? Is the pre-construction concept clear or not? It's 45 minutes. We have been doing concept also, and we are applying and solving problems also. Yeah, after house property, we will take up the most important topic for CMA CA Inter exam, and that's agricultural income. I'm going to cover up today in the later part of the class. And one more thing I wanted to say. Yeah, at CMA Inter or CA Inter, please remember in question number 1, any of 2 flavors will be there. Either they will ask you ATG deduction, in that amendment is also there. I'm preparing 1 minute snippets and posting for all the amendments. And all other amendments are there in YouTube big video. I think 1.5 or 2 hour. और मटेरियल भी है टेलीग्राम में. हाँ तो सुनो, आइदर आपको एटीजी पूछेंगे या एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम. यस या अंजुम, there is any amendment in the house? No dear, house property there is no amendment. But still I feel, all the students don't just ignore house property. Yesterday 2 hours and today maybe another 15, so 1 minute. So if 3 hours you can complete the house property by learning all the concepts and practicing the problem, then it's worth it for the final exam. Chalo. Now let us do it for B. B, when did he start the construction? 1st April 2022. B, 1st April 2022. But loan कब लिया है? July 22. Construction he started from April, but loan he has taken from July. So interest meter will be from July. And when did B complete the construction? B completes on June 23. So can we complete the pre-construction period on 31st March 23? Yes? Right. A occupied the entire house. B occupies the first floor from July and let out the ground floor. Yeah? And the tenant vacated it in December. So July to December it was occupied, let out, and then B occupied the entire house. Are you understanding how I'm reading the problem in bits and parts? So first let me concentrate on B has availed housing loan 12 lakhs on July. So the pre-construction period starts on 1st July or date of construction April, whichever is later. So July. Pre-construction, actually construction completed in June 23, but 31st March prior to that. So July 22 to March 23, 9 months. So 12 lakh into 10% into 9 by 12, that's 90,000. 90,000 divided by 5, it's 18,000. What is current year's interest? 12 lakh into 10%, that is 1,20,000. Current year's interest to aayega na, because he has not repaid the loan, B, and pre-construction. So pre-construction interest, current year's interest, put together 1,38,000. Yeah, 50% of the house ground floor is let out and first floor is self-occupied. So now let us make it in 2 columns. Ground floor self-occupied जो भी है उसमें सिर्फ 69,000 interest is deductible. Is my speed fine? I've done some problems in writing and now I'm checking it orally. Are you getting? Now, for B occupies the ground floor. So self-occupied property only 69,000 loss. Now, it let out 15,000 per month till December, and B occupies the entire house from January to March. So B ने first floor भी कहाँ से कहाँ तक let out किया? July to December. July to December he is let out. Yeah. So let us take up now. Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. So what you will take? Fair rent. That is 1 lakh. But this time one more googly is there in the problem. Fair rent is for 12 months, 1 lakh. But construction is only completed in June 23. Then you cannot take the fair rent and all for 12 months. You have to take it for 9 months. Okay? Right. I hope you are getting. This concept is not taught. I mean, it's not given in the books, but it is asked and expected in exam. Fair rent for 12 months is 1 lakh. But April, May, June, the property was not ready. It was ready in June 23. So you have to take fair rent, standard rent, municipal value, all for 9 months. And that comes to 75,000. Now that or standard rent to diya nahi hai, so 75,000. And actual rent, why did I take for 6 months? Because property was let out from July to December. June tak to construction was going on. July to December it was let out, and again it was self-occupied. So this is it, 90,000. So whichever is higher, so 90,000. Municipal taxes are given to you here. B, how much he has paid? 8,000. Then why did I take 4,000? 50%. Municipal tax 50% you will take, no? Right? NAV, less standard deduction. And interest on loan, we have calculated current years and pre-construction interest in working note 2 and 3, sorry. And then divided it, taken. Here there is a loss, here also there is a loss, so overall loss is given. Note 2, I want to read. Fair rent and municipal value. Construction is completed in June, so you have taken it for 9 months. Clear to all of you? Chalo, this is now a past exam question. Ask me if you have any doubts. थोड़ा ध्यान से पढ़ना है. It's a very nice question. Asked for 6 marks. This is the last one. And then we will go for that if you receive the interest or house rent in the foreign currency. Chalo. Akash owns a residential house whose fair rent, municipal value, standard rent, all is given. House has 2 units. Unit 1, 25% is utilized for the person of profession, and unit 2, 75% is used for residence. It's let out. So there is no self-occupied in the problem. 25% is used for business. So all 25% expense will be deductible in business. And 75% is let out for residential purpose at a monthly rent of 8,500. ठीक है? Right? चलो. Municipal taxes are 8% of municipal value. ठीक है? Light, water charges and all, nothing you will take. Interest on loan is 36,000. So 75% we will take it here. 25% will be deductible in business head. Akash has taken a loan of 5 lakh in July 17. Construction was completed in June 20. When did he take the loan? July 17. Construction is over in June 20. So can I take from July 17 to 31st March 2020? Reconstruction period ends on 31st March prior to the completion of the construction. He paid interest on loan and no repayment of loan is done. Everything is clear. Is my speed of reading the problem clear to all of you? Yes? Now, income of Akash from profession is also given. So all 25% floor area which is used for profession without debiting. See, you remember yesterday also we have done a similar question. Huh? Other expenses and depreciation related to this is also given. Okay. So let us take the answer. Let us first do which part? Don't make 25 and 75 two column. 25% column you will make only if it is self-occupied. This time 25% is used for business. तो उसको बाद में देख लेंगे क्या करना है. Right now, okay, Akash has let out this. Shall we do it in notebook? 21st problem. करें notebook में. अच्छा problem है. rather than checking orally, इसको notebook में करते हैं. By this way we will write the steps also. Oh, once. Preconstruction concept is over. 18th problem we have done, and now problem number 21 in your note. Computation of income. Screen sharing stopped one. You all are following why we are doing it in notebook? For practice. So hope you all are having 21st problem, and if not having, I'm already reading also for all of you, so that with me also you can do. Yes, problem number 21 we are doing now. Computation of income of Akash. Don't make double or triple column. 75% is let out, that we are doing now, and 25% is used for business. So all 25% expense will be deductible. See, these are the alert sign. I'm putting lot of energy on pitfalls जहाँ generally गलती होती है. Particulars and amount. Chalo, let us start. First for GAV, what is our step 1? Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. So what is the fair rent? Fair rent is 170 and municipal value is 160, whichever is higher. So 170. Yes. And this is for the whole property. So whatever is final answer, I will do 75%. Step 1 or standard rent, whichever is lower. Step 1, 170 or standard rent. What is standard rent? 190, whichever is lower. So 170 is the answer. Now step 3. Step 2. Here you can take step 2 or actual rent, whichever is higher. High, low, high. So 170 ka 75%. Why? Because only 75% is let out. And this value is given for the whole property. Ma'am, then last problem, why didn't you do like that? Last problem, they had given the fair and municipal value for each floor. So step 2 answer is 127 or actual rent. Actual rent, how much Akash is getting? Dear students, if you want to take the best worth, take the print of the compiler and start attending the live classes. Some of you are sitting now but not having the compiler, of no use, no? You're searching where is the data. You're not reading the data, dear students, as I want you to read. Dekho. Akash has given it out on rent at 8,500 per month. And there is no vacancy as a unrealized rent. वो सब नहीं है. 1,02,000. Whichever is higher. So which one is higher? 127,500 is the GAV. Anyone needs any help in the GAV? पूछो. कोई डाउट है आप सबको GAV में? Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher for the 75% part. That or standard rent, whichever is lower. That or actual rent, whichever is higher. Okay? Right. So GAV is 127,500. Now let us deduct the municipal taxes. Municipal taxes are 8% of the municipal value. So 1,60,000 into 8% into 75%. As only 75% is let out. 160 into 8% into 75%. 9,600. So the net annual value is, आप भी calculation करो faster than me, just don't copy from your book. 117,900. NAV, less standard deduction, 30%. 35,370. Interest on loan. Yes. Interest on loan के लिए we'll make working note 1 because there can be pre-construction interest also. So after this, let us calculate the pre-construction interest. Working note 1. Step 1, pre-construction period starts. Pre-construction period starts. From where is it starting? Read the problem. Akash has taken the loan of 5 lakh on July 2017. July 2017. Pre-construction period ends. Pre-construction period ends on 30 June 2020. So 31st March 2020. 31st March prior to June 2020. Pre-construction. Third is pre-construction period. July 17 to 18. How many months? 9 months. 18, 19, 19, 20. Am I right? Yeah. So how much is the pre-construction interest? 24 and 9. 33 months. What is the pre-construction period interest? How much loan Akash has taken? Akash has taken loan. ₹5 lakh at the rate of 12% into 33 divided by 12. Divide by 12 is giving you 1 month. So that 33 months is clear to all of you. 5 lakh into 12% into 33 divided by 12. And that's 1,65,000. Okay, right. What is annual pre-construction interest? 165 divided by 5. 33,000. And what is the current year's interest? अभी तक loan repay तो नहीं हुआ है ना? So will the current year's interest also come? Yes. And that is how much? 60,000. Annual interest, pre-construction interest. Now here there is one more thing. I want all of you to go and read the problem with me. Problem पढ़ते हैं साथ में. ये देखो. Akash has taken 5 lakh loan. Construction was completed. He paid 12% interest. No repayment was made. That's why we took current year's interest also and pre-construction interest. Okay, right. Other than this, one second. Other than this, there is also one more thing. Yeah. Light charges, whatever, the interest on loan taken for repairs. After the construction for repairs also, the loan is taken. How much loan is taken, dear students? 36,000. Now, you generally students remember only one thing. You know what? Interest on repairs, no ma'am, 30,000. Interest on loan taken for repairs. Interest on loan taken for repairs is allowed up to 30,000 in self-occupied property. But ये तो let out है ना? तो लेट आउट में पूरा इंटरेस्ट अलाउड होगा 36,000. अरे आर यू ऑल विथ मी? प्री कंस्ट्रक्शन पीरियड इज 33,000. Current year's interest is 5 lakh ka 12% because loan is not. And one more interest you have taken. Kitna interest they have not given. Forget it. Directly they have taken that some loan you have taken for repairs, and repairs interest is 36,000. So ma'am, shall we take 30 or 36? 36, because it is let out. Had it been self-occupied, we would have taken only 30. Isn't it a very nice problem? What is total interest plus 1,29,000 और क्या करेंगे फिर? 129 and then उसका भी 75% we will deduct. I hope you all are getting. मैंने बोला था interest part is little tricky. जिसको भी revision चाहिए tell me. If you all say revise, I'll revise for all of you. First you finish writing. And please don't check orally because you have the answers also. No. 96,750. 75% interest for the let out portion. See, this is the total interest for the whole building, but 25% you are using for business, no? So you're only 75% you will take. It's easy, but it is different. You may not have come across 2 interest. So 96,250. Can I deduct here 96,750? Oh, sorry. GAV less municipal tax NAV, standard deduction 96,750. $14,220 to 20. Income from house property. Income from house property is 14,220 to 20. Yeah. Now let us calculate the business income. Business income before other deductions is ready given to you. It's just copy paste from the problem. The business income from profession is 8 lakhs, but in that you have not deducted house related expense. So first let us take the depreciation of house. In business head, if you use the asset for business purpose, related to that expense are deductible. So deduct depreciation, deduct interest on loan above 25%, 96,750 का 25%. दोनों into 25%. Oh, sorry, we'll not deduct 96,250 ka 25. Really sorry. I did a mistake what normally we do. In business head, pre-construction interest is not allowed 1/5. So interest on loan. What is repairs loan? We have taken the repairs, no? These two only you will take. What is repairs related loan? 36,000. Uska 75% is allowed, and of that 25%, 9,000 you will take. And current year's interest. Current year's interest is 60,000. 5 lakh into 12%. Uska bhi 25%. That comes to 15,000. See, in business head, you cannot deduct 25% of the pre-construction interest. Yeah, right. It's a challenge to do these kind of problems with me. If you feel you want to do the past exam questions, then you have to take this. और बाकी पूरे expense भी और deduct करेंगे ना? They have given some more expense. like light and water charges 2000 का 25%, 500. Then after that municipal taxes there 1,60,000 municipal value का 8% का 25%. 1,60,000 into 8% into 25%. All the expenses 25%. It's a big problem. So I'm going slow. आप भी आराम से करो. कोई भी doubt है तो पूछो. It's a very nice problem. What else can you see? Light and water charges we have taken. Municipal tax we have taken. Repairs we have taken. Interest on loan we have taken. Repair se related expense also is given 1,45,000. Repair expense are not deductible above because 30% standard deduction is given, but of course it's deductible here. 1,45,000 into 25%. Please comment. Your comment is necessary because this is not an offline class. I can come and see your notebooks. So I want some feedback. Last 15 minutes we are doing this problem in writing. Are you able to solve this 6 to 8 marks problem with me? 8 lakh minus 8,000 minus 9,000 minus 15,000 minus 500 minus 3,200 minus 36 250 500 3,200 36 250 9,000 15,000 and of course depreciation also. I missed out depreciation. आप भी करो total. You can copy. That's very easy. एग्जाम में कहाँ से कॉपी करोगे बेटा? करो. कभी कभी दीप्ति मैम भी टोटल गलत करते हैं. कॉन्सेप्ट अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं. 7,28,050 is the business or profession income, and then house property income is there up 14,220 loss house property. So what's the final total income? Loss आ रहा है ना? You can deduct the loss. That's it. Done. Preconstruction interest, current year's interest, all we have deducted. Take your time. If you have any doubt, ask. Last one, very easy concept, and if that comes, you should smile. If you are receiving the property rentals from foreign country, then whatever income you receive in dollars, just convert it. Even municipal taxes, if you have paid in foreign country, just deduct and take it. For that, let us check up one problem. Yeah, pre-construction interest I have given last, and today I did all the problems for pre-construction interest. And before we close house property, we are doing this. If income is accruing in foreign currency, you're receiving converted with the buying rate, selling rate, dollar rate given. Any expenditure incurred in foreign currency also converted. Yeah. And if he is a resident and ordinary, then all the foreign income will be taxable. If he is not a resident and ordinary or non-resident, that foreign income, rental income from foreign country will be taxable in India only if it is received in India, right? Now, X is owner of a commercial property, 20,000 per month. Municipal tax is paid 50%, of which is, oh, this one is very easy. You can do it as homework. Thoda sa acha wala problem karte ye. Indu or acid, this is there. This kind of problem in the study material also very nice. She owns a house in USA and she is receiving $1,500 rent. She paid municipal taxes also in dollars. So this is the rental income from USA. She also has a 2-story house in Mumbai. Ground floor is used for her residence, self-occupied. First floor is let out on rent for 10,000 per month. Standard rent is 11. Municipal tax of this house are paid. Now Mrs. Hindu has constructed. तो ये सब तो यहाँ की बात है. And what is the dollar rate? Say 60. So from foreign country, fair rent, municipal value higher, that all those values are not given. So immediately put a dash in exam. 1,500 per dollar, rate is 60. $1,500 is rental income per month. So multiply by 12. So this is it. Municipal taxes you have paid 1125 into 60. Don't multiply by 12. This is 1125 municipal taxes paid once. So what is the NAV of income received in dollars? This standard deduction. And this is your income. Now come to the Indian portion. India mein one part of the house is self-occupied, but Mrs. Hindu has constructed the house by taking loan. She repaid the loan including interest. What is interest? 24,000. Can we deduct 12,000? Self-occupied 12,000 let out? Yes. Self-occupied may interest I am deducting assuming he is filing his return in normal tax regime. In self-occupied, the interest will not be deductible if he files his return in default tax regime. Okay? Chalo, now let out part. Let out part, standard rent is 11,000 into 12. Actual rent is 10,000 into 12. So fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher, that is not there. That or standard rent. So this standard rent or actual rent, whichever is higher. So 132. Yes. Now municipal taxes. Municipal taxes of the whole Mumbai house are 7,500. But 50% is let out, deduct. You get NAV. NAV ka 30% standard deduction and interest on loan. And then somewhere there is profit, somewhere there is loss, you can deduct. And you will get income from house loan. How is it? All clear to all of you? Right? Yeah. There's some theory. Ma'am, if we skip that also, we will not come to know that chapter is over, but the chapter is not over. Yeah. Let us take up some theory questions are also there. Like this one. Property held as stock in trade. You know, so many times you are a real estate dealer, you take a land, you construct the property, and the property is ready. Okay. But it is unoccupied. So 2 years you can wait. That's what I'm just explaining you the concept in my way. Once you get the certificate of completion, 2 years ghar khali pada hai. You're ready to sell it, but no one is ready to buy. After 2 years, that vacant house will be treated as deemed let out. See, as a specified head of charge, income from house property, annual property cannot be brought to tax. Oh, sorry, one second, please. Yeah. See, it will remain. See, annual value of house property cannot be brought to tax in any other head. You have to tax it here only, rental income. If the property is held by SSE as stock in trade, he is buying and selling the house. Annual value of the property held as stock in trade, this is very important for MCQ, is held as nil for 2 years. For 2 years from the end of financial year in which certificate of completion is received. Mr. Beans is involved in real estate and he got certificate of completion in 10/12/21. Now for 2 years, from the end of March 22, the year you got completion certificate from the corporation, after that 2 years, 22, 23, 23, 24, no problem. If it is vacant, income will be nil. From 1st April 24 also, if the property is vacant, it will be treated as deemed let out. Ma'am, deemed let out में actual rent तो है नहीं, no problem. Fair rent, municipal value, whichever is higher, that or standard rent, you can take it, right? So tax on notional rental income for builders to be calculated only after 2 years from the end of the year in which completion certificate is received. Once you get the completion certificate, then एक बार पढ़ो आप खुद से. Example, wherever there is confusion कि मैम कुछ तो बहुत theory के जैसा दिख रहा है, तो I have given over there the second example. So you read the example. If you still have doubt, ask. Is this clear to all of you? Whenever you complete the construction, and suppose if you are a builder who is buying and selling the houses for 2 years, you can treat it as vacant and don't show any income. After that, you have to treat it as deemed let out and tax it. Yes, right. Disputed property. Property income which is not chargeable to tax. Theory question. Give any 4 cases where it is exempt. If it is a farm building or one palace of an ex-ruler, प्रॉपर्टी इनकम ऑफ लोकल अथॉरिटी, साइंटिफिक रिसर्च, ये सब exempt है. Property income, you know, schools in the evening time they give their schools for classes, dance classes, musical classes, sports, whatever it is, then rental income is exempt. Property income of trade union, charitable, in sab ki property income exempt hai because they are working for some, you know, for the purpose of some charity and all, so it is exempt. There's also a concept of deemed owner. Yeah. So once you possess the property, and even if the property is transferred to you, you have paid me the money, but until now the registration and the paperwork is not done. It will be done after 2 months, but then you are said to be the deemed owner. So like this, there are cases where you are said to be the deemed owner. You can read it. They are very simple. That's all for house property. Please give a feedback that the problems what I've solved in writing are clear or not, provided your left hand is also on the compiler material what we are using, right? Okay, and just a break of 5 minutes. Today we will start and finish agricultural income, which is like you don't have a choice. Agricultural income is asked in compulsory question 1 only. Compute the income from salary, capital gain, other source deduction, and one small bit he has agricultural income. And MCQs also, it is very important. So let us take a break of 5 minutes and assemble. Are you all also back? Let us do a very small but very important topic and we'll wind up on time. Please share this with more of your friends who really want to know agricultural income in 45 minutes. For sure, I'm saying. Everything will be covered, and agricultural income separately problem last June exam. June 2023 agricultural income came for 8 marks in the CMA exam. And in CA exam computation of total income, one bit they will give you. Agricultural income in India is 80,000. Now it's exempt. Agricultural income in India is exempt because the constitution doesn't have the power to charge tax on agricultural income. So under section 10(1) it is exempt. Agricultural income received from foreign country is taxable in income from other sources. But even the agricultural income which is received in India is taxed indirectly. Okay, right? So now coming 15 minutes, let us understand the concept, then we will solve the problem also. One concept, one problem. So first, what is agricultural land? What is agricultural activity? What is agricultural income? And if you receive agricultural income, there's a step method. Just now I taught you the steps for pre-construction interest. Like that, there are steps on how to compute the agricultural income and non-agricultural income and calculate the tax and so on. Yes. So all of you are live here till now. Thank you so much. But if you comment, would be glad to see all your comments. Once the video is uploaded, बाद में भी comment करो और अभी भी पूछो कुछ doubt है. If it is clear, write down all clear. ठीक है? Right. चलो. Agricultural income is a part of your exempt income chapter, but in my material, I have given it initially only. Residential status के पास ही होगा. Agricultural income. Residential status, the quality of the question, I feel it's very good. Yeah, we have to do one past exam question. Residential status के लिए भी. Yeah. Here we go. Agricultural income se pehle, let us know what is agricultural land. See, this is the city, Hyderabad city, and Hyderabad city ka limit. You know, city limits are decided by the kilometers, 0 kilometers, and then city limit, 0 miles. So this is Hyderabad city. Beyond that, leave 8 kilometers radius. Beyond the city limit, leave 8 kilometers radius. And beyond that, whatever it is taken as agricultural income. All clear to all of you? Yeah. So from the city limits, if the population exceed 10 lakhs, so nothing given means if the population is above 10,000 to 1 lakh to 1 lakh to 10 lakh 6, 10 lakh and above, it is 8 kilometers. Are you all clear with me? So within city limits, in the heart of the city, if I'm having a vacant plot and I'm growing organic vegetables and flowers over there, is it agricultural land? And the answer is no. So agricultural land is land situated outside 8 kilometers radius of the city limit. That is what is agricultural land. Okay. Now, land should be assessed to land revenue in India, right? Now, what is agricultural income? Rent or revenue derived from land situated and used for agriculture. I am owning agricultural land, but I am not growing or I am not doing agricultural activity. I have given it on rent to a farmer. The rent received from the land which is used for agricultural purpose by the farmer. Agricultural land. I have an agricultural land in outskirts of the city. Okay, and that I give it as a farmhouse for weddings and picnics and all. Is it agricultural income? No, because there is no agricultural purpose. In the outskirts of Hyderabad, if you go 36 kilometers in the outskirts of Hyderabad, there's Ramoji Film City. So many activities are done in the Ramoji Film City. So one day visit, very nice, worth it. Now tell me, is that an agricultural land? Yes. But is the activity an agricultural activity? No. So coming 15 minutes, give as many examples as you can, whether this is agricultural or non-ag. Once it is agricultural, how it's going to be taxable. And for tea, coffee, rubber plantation, separate. This is how we are going. Okay? Right. If some of you watching this recording now can pin the duration from where agricultural income has started, it will help so many students. Yes? So that help if you can do. Chalo. It may be rent or revenue derived from land situated in India and used for agricultural purpose. It may be income derived from such land through agricultural process. Are you getting? It may be income derived from land through agricultural process. Either you do yourself the agricultural process or you given it out on rent to a farmer who is doing agriculture. Agricultural income may be derived from any farm building situated near the agricultural land. Agricultural income may be derived from any farm building which is situated near the agriculture land, outhouse, pump house, farm building, not for the picnics and all, but that farm building is used for the agricultural process. So these are agricultural income and land. Clear to all of you? Share of profit or salary received by partner from firm engaged in agricultural operation is exempt. These are case law decision. If it is a partnership firm who is doing agricultural process in, see, this is nowadays done in a huge way. I remember years back, sweet corn used to come in tin. Now here and there you can find sweet corn, and they are grown on a large scale. Dragon fruit, kiwis, these were imported. So in the outskirts of city, flowers, it's a huge market, flower market and all. So outskirts of the city, they are hiring educated agriculturists and they're doing. So if it is a partnership firm who is doing agricultural income on an agricultural land, then if partners are getting salary and remuneration, that will be exempt for partner. Income derived from, see, last 15 minutes I'm saying agricultural land and all. Then what about nurseries who are located outside Hyderabad, I mean outside city limit, and they are doing sapling and regrowing fruits and plants and bonsai in potted plant? Can you say no, you are selling potted plant, it's not an agricultural activity because land kahan hai, zameen kahan hai? Answer is no. Income derived from sapling or seedlings grown in nursery should be deemed to be agricultural income, irrespective of the operation is done out in land or potted plant. If it is nursery within city limit, very well taxable. But if it is nursery in the outskirts of the city, after 8 kilometers radius, and they are doing all these activities, that income is exempt as agricultural income. Now, let us take some more examples whether this is agricultural income or not. Very important for CMA students, true and false and all, and for CA students, MCQ. CMA also, they have MCQs also. I'll take a separate class when I solve MTP and all. That time I'll give you the paper pattern. Right now, the subpanel. So what is agricultural income? Rent from agricultural land received from tenant or subtenant. I am owning agricultural land, but I am not doing. I am staying in Hyderabad into teaching. I have given it out to a farmer. So whatever rent he is paying is agricultural income. Income from growing of flowers and creepers, sale of replanted, share of profit of partnership firm, interest received by partner in his capital from a firm, fees collected from allowing कुछ समझाने का है ही नहीं इसमें. Fees collected from allowing cattle to graze on forest. Right? Compensation received from insurance company due to damage of the tea garden. Okay. So what is cattle grazing? In my farm, even if we don't grow plants, naturally some plants will grow. So I'm just taking some fees. and I'm allowing the poultry farm buffaloes and cattle to graze at my farm. Is that fees my agricultural income? Yes. Compensation received from insurance company from damage of the crops. For damage of crops, if insurance company is giving concession, that income is also agricultural income. Income from growing mulberry leaves is agricultural income exempt. नीचे नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम में growing of mulberry leaves, feeding it to silkworm and obtaining silk cocoons. This is very well commercial. You know, silk yarn is obtained from the larva of silk cocoons. And to make those silk cocoon insects healthy, we feed them mulberry leaves. So if you just grow the mulberry leaves, it's agricultural income. But if you are growing the mulberry leaves to feed it to the cocoon so that they become, and then they get the larva, and from that silk yarn, all that is taxable. Okay? Right. Income from sale of plant and seedlings in potted plants, very well an agricultural activity. Okay? Right. Now, what is non-agricultural income? Even though I want all of you to write, even though done on agricultural land. If you all have traveled in train, you must have seen that in the outskirts, in the jungle where quality good mud is available, there you have brick making units. Kabhi dekha hai train mein se? Brick making units are there. Out of mud they make raw brick, and then a big heater is there. They put the brick in that. So brick making unit is located in the agricultural land. But is brick making an agricultural activity? Has it got any relationship with farming? Answer is no. So what are non-agricultural income? Very well taxable, even though done on agricultural land. समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको? Even though it is done on agricultural land. ये लिख दो, ऐड कर दो वहां पे. See, any of these example can come in the MCQs, in the case study, and it will affect so many other answers. So I feel agricultural income is very, very important. Yes. Income from supply of water for irrigation purpose. My farm is nearby to the canal. So in my farm, I'm not doing agricultural activity. I have put 8-10 pumps. I take water from the canal and supply to other farm. Is it agricultural activity? No, taxable. Income from mining, sale of the earth matlab matti, for brick making. Income from sale of forest trees of wood bark, leaves, fruits. See, now spices and kaju, what do you call it? Those nuts and dry fruit farming is all done, and very well it is commercial. Income from stone quarries. Huh? Stone quarries, best example is, if you can see, all cement factories are located in jungles only. If you can see from Hyderabad to Mumbai, when you go by train, there's a cement factory, and because those stones are very heavy, wherever those quality stones are available, they put up the crusher, the factory over there, and there only the stones are crushed, and powdered cement is then transported to India. So what I'm saying is, these stone quarries are located in agricultural land. Yes. Are you all following or not? Yes. Is it an agricultural activity? Yes. Income from dairy or poultry farming. Dividend from a company which is doing. See, companies doing agricultural activity, company's income is exempt. But as a shareholder, you are receiving dividend. Will that dividend also be exempt? Answer is no. It will be taxable. Interest on arrears of rent. Rent derived from agricultural land is exempt as agricultural income. But if rent is received rate, and on that they pay fees, arrears, it is taxable. Income from sale of salt. Huh? If you go to the coastals of Gujarat and all, beach ke paas they do that salt ke liye aise pure pots they make. Small ponds they will make out of the sea water. They will dry the salt, and that salt is transported to the factories, and then we get the crystal clear salt. So all these activities are done on agricultural land maybe, but it is not agricultural activity taxable. Remuneration of fixed percentage paid to a managing director or for a company. Company is doing agricultural activity, so company's income is exempt. But as a managing director and all, if you're getting remuneration, that will be taxable. Interest received by money lender in the form of agricultural produce. This is like Lagan movie, Amir Khan's movie. So many times when you take loan for farming, to repay the loan, instead of interest, you pay them some agricultural produce. Okay, take 10 bags of rice and all. So for the money lender, is this agricultural income or is this interest received on loan given? Interest. But it is in the form of the agricultural produce, very well taxable. Is my speed fine? You all are following? Thank you. If you're liking the example, glad to know that. Transfer of urban agricultural land. Within the city, if there's agricultural land and you are transferring it, it is very well taxable. Rental income from farmhouse for non-agricultural, I told you, weddings, picnics and all, taxable. You want me to again explain this? देखो, ये money lender है, उसने 1 lakh rupees loan दिया farmer को. Farmer should give him interest. Now, instead of interest, if the farmer give him agricultural produce, will this income be exempt for the money lender? No, because it's interest on loan. Money lender is not doing any agricultural activity. Clear? Right. Now, we know what is agricultural income. We know what is non. 2 page ka chapter is it. What is agricultural land? What is agricultural income, rent or revenue derived, or income derived from agricultural process, or agricultural income may be derived from any farm building. So in all the 3 cases, it will become exempt. But now indirectly, it's going to be taxable. For individuals, HUF, AOP, BOI, agricultural income is exempt, but indirectly it is taxable. If SSE is individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, agricultural income is above 5,000. Non-agricultural income is above 2,50,000. Basic exemption. Then it's going to be taxable. How? First step. Agricultural income and non-agricultural income, calculate the tax without cess, like marginal relief. Tax with surcharge but without cess. For last में marginal relief लेने के बाद we have added the cess. Calculate agricultural income and basic exemption without cess. 1 minus 2 is your tax payable minus the rebate add surcharge. Rebate when will you minus? When the total income is less than 5 lakh. In the default tax regime, if it is less than 7 lakhs. Surcharge when will you add? When the total income exceeds 50 lakhs. Now the balance step is 3 minus 4. That is your tax payable, and on the final tax add this. So let us do one sum in writing so that you get clarity on how to solve the agricultural income problem. अच्छे से लिख के करते हैं. Problem number 1 is homework. It's very easy. I am doing problem number 2 now. पढ़ो मेरे साथ. And note down the data, please, if you're not having compiler. होना ही चाहिए. I'm starting with business head on Monday. And if you really want to get the worth of those classes, take the printout. It's a challenge. Your ad less, all the concept will be clear. Mrs. Rama is a lecturer in college. Compute the income of salary income. Salary income computed ही होगा. Standard deduction देने का जरूरत नहीं है. 520. Other sources 1 lakh. So what is the non-agricultural income? 620 above basic exemption. What is agricultural income? Above 5,000. 5,000. Non-agricultural income above basic exemption. And she's an individual HUF AOP PO. Now compute the income. ठीक है? One second. Let us do this sum in notebook to get a grip on how you compute your normal income. 14 marks problem. They might give you basic DA. Abhi here, so I have taken computed salary. So take the basic DA, whatever it is, and other source. Compute the income and then take it. How to compute tax on agricultural income we are doing. Yeah, I'm not making you write the format because problem के साथ format भी learn हो जाएगा. Agricultural income. Step 1. Agricultural income plus non-agricultural income is total income and calculate the tax. So what is your agricultural income? 520 salary and 1 lakh other, so 6,20,000. What is non-agricultural income? Above the basic exemption, that is 10,000. So 6,30,000 पे tax calculate करना है, which we will do in working note 1. Oh, working note 1. Second step is agricultural income plus basic exemption is total income, calculate the tax. What is agricultural income? 620. What is basic exemption? See the age, please. Mrs. Rama's age is not given, so below 60, 2,50,000. If they ask you to calculate the tax in default tax regime, then take it as 3 lakh. ठीक है? Right. What's the total income? Agricultural income, non-agricultural income, calculate tax. Agricultural income, basic exemption, calculate the tax. Working note 2. Step 3 is step 1 minus 2. That is the tax you have to pay. And because the income is exceeding 5 lakh, there's no question of rebate. So directly on the tax, add health and education says 4% and you will get the tax paid. Chalo. Finish writing. I'm doing working note this side. You can do it below this problem in your page particular amount. So working note 1 is 6,30,000 पे tax calculate करना है ना. So the first 2,50,000 is exempt, the tax is nil. On the next 2,50,000, it is 5%, 12,500. And on the balance 1,30,000, 5 lakh to 10 lakh जो है, it is 1,30,000 to 20%, 26,000. So the tax is coming to 38,500. Are you all with me? Agricultural income plus non-agricultural income, calculate the tax. Working note 2. Agricultural income and basic exemption, 870. Calculate the tax. So first 2,50,000, it is nil. Next 2,50,000, 5%, 12,500. 5 लाख हो गया. अब above 5 लाख कितना है? 2,70,000 का 20%, 54,000. Oh, sorry. I was thinking, how can it go negative? Lunchtime. Sometimes teachers also do mistake. Agricultural income and non-agricultural, I have written reverse. This non-agricultural income and agricultural income is 10,000. So 2 lakh, that's what I was thinking. Itna kyun aa raha hai? 2,60,000. So what will be the tax on 2,60,000? Up to 250, it is nil. And on balance 10,000 at the rate of 5%, 500. So 500. Agricultural income and non-agricultural income, calculate the tax. Agricultural income and basic exemption, calculate the tax. So how much it is? 38,000. Add 4%. 1520. $38,000 and 1520 is 39,520. That's it. Agricultural income, non-agricultural income, calculate the tax. Agricultural income, basic exemption, calculate the tax. 1 minus 2 is the tax payable. Add health and education cess. Nice, clear to all of you? So like this, you can solve the problems of the step method. Next type of the problem in house property, agricultural income is, there are few incomes like growing tea is farming related activity, but those tea leaves are plucked, they are crushed, they are dried, and we get granuled tea, powdered tea, which we use. So that is a commercial activity. Tata Tea is doing it at such a big scale. Are you all getting? Growing of tea leaves or growing of coffee beans is agricultural activity, but then roasting the coffee beans and then powdering it and creating coffee, it is a commercial activity. So for that, in Income Tax Act, rules are given that if you are doing the business of growing and manufacturing tea, 60% is exempt as agricultural income, 40 is taxable. This you have to learn. Rubber, rubber is found from the rubber plantation. Trees are there. If you go to Kerala and those side, you can see beautiful rubber plantations, and that rubber comes in the form of liquid which is collected in the pots, and then it is processed in the factory to get the foam and rubber sheets and all. So rubber manufacturing, 65% is exempt, 35% is taxable. Coffee grown and cured, 75 and 25. Coffee grown, cured, ग्राउंडेड एंड पाउडर्ड, मतलब पाउडर भी कर लिया उसको, ये तो सिर्फ ग्रोन एंड क्योर्ड है, तो 75. पाउडर्ड है, रेडी टू यूज, तो टी एंड कॉफी के लिए 60 एंड 40. Very easy problem, but as it is, in exam, if something is tough, something is damn easy to score marks, and this is one of it. You can easily score marks here. Growing and manufacturing tea, 60-40. Coffee ground and cured, 75-25, but grounded matlab powdered, 60-40, and rubber is 65-35. 65% of, you compute normal business income, add less करके. Once you get your business income, 60% is NK. अगर कोई टाटा टी की इनकम है 5 लाख रुपए, तो 5 लाख का 60% 5 lakh. 5 lakh 60% will be exempt, and remaining 40% will be taxable. Tarzan owns a tea estate and following income is given. Rubber plantation is 5 lakhs. So 65 is exempt, 35 is taxable. Coffee grown and cured. 75 is exempt, coffee के लिए higher है, 25 is taxable. Manufacturing of coffee, वो तो ठीक है चलो. Manufacturing of tea, 60-40. And sale of the plants in nursery, that's completely agricultural. If they give sale of the salt, it's completely non-agricultural. So just do the total. Ma'am, does this come for 5 marks? Yes, please. CMA students can see June 23 and more earlier exams. Even in CA exam, they have asked. This is like a blessing. But you have to remember the rate. Rubber ke liye 65-35, tea and coffee both 60-40. But if coffee is grown, cured, powdered, then it is what do you call it as 60-40. Otherwise, just grown and cured, it is 75-25. वैसे ही आप coffee beans अगर सेल कर. One more problem same for practice is homework. And last one, this I can explain nicely with a diagram here. ये देखो. This is my sugar farm where I grow sugar cane. Next to it is my factory, sugar factory. My own sugar cane. Growing of sugar cane is an agricultural activity. Yes. Bringing it to sugar farm is a commercial activity. Yes. And that sugar, this is farm where you are growing. This is agricultural income. But then bringing the sugar cane to the factory, extracting the juice and making sugar granule out of that, this is a manufacturing activity, very well taxable. So how will you calculate the income? Directly with the problem. I have given the format and all. ये वाला part वो आप read करो. ये बहुत easy है. Sometimes if it comes for 2 marks also, it should be like super scoring for you. Provided you understand this concept, and same kind of concept I'll teach in capital gain also. ये देखो. Ram Rajya Limited is growing sugarcane. Calculate income of sugarcane to manufacture sugar. Calculate income of the company. Cost of cultivation of sugarcane. Cost is 12 lakhs. And then that same sugarcane is taken to the sugar factory. And their other manufacturing costs are 12 lakhs. Salaries are 6 lakhs. Sale of the sugar, granule sugar, it's a business income, 35 lakhs. Market value of sugarcane. See, if I just have the sugarcane farm, मेरा factory कोई नहीं है. I'll sell off the sugarcane to other factory, So what's the market rate of sugarcane? That will be the sale of the sugarcane. Ma'am, 15 lakhs is the market value and cost is 12 lakhs. Is this 3 lakh taxable? No, it's agricultural income, very well exempt. Agricultural income, very well exempt. So, in my farm, if I'm getting market value 15 lakh sugarcane, but the cost is 12 lakhs, it is exempt. But that same sugarcane, when it is coming to factory, it becomes a raw material. So shall I take raw material at the market value cost? Yes. And then tax it, karlo pura, and it's business income totally. How is this problem? Is it all clear to all of you? Keep commenting. फिर से एक बार. I'm growing my own sugarcane and selling in the market. It's an agricultural income. 12 lakhs is expenditure. Market value of sugarcane is 15 lakhs. 3 lakh agricultural income is exempt in income from other sources. Agricultural income received from foreign country is very well taxable. Now I'm taking it to my own factory nearby where I'm making granule white sugar. So that sugar, sale of sugar, I'm doing 35 lakhs. In that raw material is sugarcane, I'll take it market value, other manufacturing cost, other expense, or karke you will get 2 lakhs. Okay, right. So like this, they can ask you problem and MCQs. Yeah, this question is also very simple. If the income is less than 5 lakhs, make sure you go for a rebate. Otherwise, agricultural income, non-agricultural, calculate tax without e-cess. Health and education cess ke bina. Agricultural income and basic exemption. Why basic exemption 3 lakh? Because she's 70 years. Calculate the tax. 1 minus 2 is tax payable. I've already solved the second problem in writing. Hope you have also solved. And add the health and education cess. This is your tax payable. If there is a rebate, then let it come here. 1 minus 2 is tax payable minus rebate. And after rebate, whatever you get income, on that add health and education cess. Okay. So that's all for today's class. We started on time. We completed on time. Good, 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 good. Any doubts are there? If you felt I have done little fast alternative minimum tax, watch that concept, practice. If you need at the end, anyhow, we are going to do computation of income, very good problems from the past exam. थोड़े jumbo but करेंगे अच्छे problem. So with that we can cover up. Sure. Yes, right. Please give the feedback, your feedback. Let's see, this is online class. Otherwise, years of teaching experience na aapke face pe screen chalti hai. Who is in the class, who is not in the class, who is in the class and following, who is not following, who has followed until now and then pen is stuck. All we can make out, right? So if things are not clear, let us know. If they are very clear, let us know. And when I'm posting the link in the groups, do comment. How was your experience of eye exercise? It's very essential, dear students, that you take care of other aspects also. Whatever you like, do the activity in this weekend. Prepare super well for exam. Write it at daytime. I'll send you the mail where you have to mail me the answer sheet. I will correct and give those who mail me. And I'll give the suggested answer also so that you can also check it yourself. Please don't misuse this exam paper. तभी एग्जाम में ये है, हाँ आंसर ये है, देख देख के तो then it will become as good as any other question. So properly sit with calculator and mindset, because only thing is hard working, smart working students are not clear because that mindset, that exam feel should be there. कोई भूत नहीं है exam, but then you have to face it, have that relaxed mindset. In 3 hours, definitely I am having something which will help me to get at least 50 marks. अगर paper tough है, 50 marks surely easy रहता है. GST is तो super duper easy. So you can surely score marks very well. Income tax में if something is tough, something is very easy. So tomorrow, the work for all of you is spare quality good 30 minutes for what you like best. Ma'am, I like sleeping. Sleep half an hour extra. But with that assertiveness, okay, I deserve it because I have studied 6 hours, 8 hours a day. No, ma'am, I like going for a walk. डेली नहीं जाते हो, वीकली एक बार तो नियर बाय पार्क में जाके, डेली इफ यू डोंट सी, वीकली एटलीस्ट वंस, इट्स अ वीकेंड टुमारो, कैन यू वॉच सनराइज फ्रॉम अ नियर बाय पार्क, फ्रॉम योर टेरेस? So do something out of the way. Can you cook something very nice tomorrow? Your mom will be like super glad and thanking me. So these are small gestures which brings you in that energetic mode of फिर खाना बना के खा के then you prepare and write your answers. Okay, so small thing is go out of the way and do something. You like listening to music, listen to 20 minutes of quality good music on good volume. You like to dance, then on the music, कोई नहीं है, dance करो. जो करना है करो. You are playing some guitar, you like to play shuttle, badminton, do some quality good thing tomorrow. Gift yourself that, feel good, and then get back to your studies. That's all from my side today. Thank you so much. See you all in the next class for business head. Okay, business head will go on for 2-3 classes of 2.5 or 3 hours. अच्छे से एक एक कॉन्सेप्ट करेंगे. हाँ, Adler's concept, depreciation, scientific research, all. It's the weightage is bare minimum 8 to 10 marks. For inter final, all students business head is very, very important, right? Thank you. Bye-bye. Hope to receive all the thank yous from your side also, not for my